Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are recording this, it's the 21st of December. We had to film this one today
Yep.
because our normal shoot day is on Christmas Day. So that's why
Yeah,
that,
pretty
that,
much.
that, that is why we barely have any NFL to talk about because it hasn't happened yet. We still don't have a champion yet between Alex and AJ. Actually,
All
you know
right.
what? We could put the champ. We could put since like editing is fun. I can put in the winner at the end of this episode, just so we have
Yeah.
it, and then we can talk about it more later. Like the winner can just say like a small little thing, like either you, AJ, or just something like that, so we can at least reveal it. So you know what? Well, at the end of this episode, I mean, we don't know it, but you guys will know it, who the champion
Right.
is.
Right.
So yeah, and just for a reminder. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was gonna say the different games, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, Bryce is back on. We'll. Oh,
Oh,
where'd he go?
Hold on.
Oh, you good, Bryce?
Technical difficulties. We're good.
Technical
there you
difficulty.
there you go. He's
Yeah.
good now.
Bryce is back on. We're gonna do some bold takes, some bowl game predictions, talk about the Pirates' new starting pitcher, and athlete spotlight with Richie Pek. It's our last athlete spotlight before we. Actually, the last athlete spotlight for Boro Tailgate Talks. It's the athlete spotlight.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep it the same for Tailgate Talks. It's basically like
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be the same thing.
yeah, it's basically the same thing. Go subscribe to Tailgate Talks official. Do all that fun stuff. We're moving there January 17th. Obviously, Critical Eye too with Isaac Petkac will be on there January 18th. So can't wait. All right, so let's just get it. Let's just get the
Who, by
pirate
the
thing
way,
out of it.
is interviewing Devin McCourty. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he did. He did. Isaac did do that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
if you have access to the greater Erie area local cable access, and you get
Yeah.
access to local CW and Erie News now, go watch Critical Eye and watch Isaac interview a God knows how many times Super Bowl champion with the Patriots and Devin McCourty.
For sure. For sure. I actually sent Alex that like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, he did. He literally just texted it to me. I was like, oh snap, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Still a little under the weather. I hate it. Whatever. But yeah, let's get it out of the way. Bryce, the Pirates actually did something in free agency, signing lefty Martin Perez. Was he on the Rangers World Series team this year?
He was. He actually. So I looked into him a little bit. Only because the Pirates like to sign guys that suck, and this guy is let's just say when his next year is going to be his free agent year, he usually has a good year. But then after that, he's like Johan Oviedo. So because let's let me pull up his stats real quick. I believe this year he went 10-2, which I guess isn't bad. 10-2 is not, or 10-4 this year, not bad.
Not terrible.
4.45 ERA. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. After that though, it's pretty mediocre. Mediocre is what it is. It's pretty mediocre. But
if there's one thing we know and the Pirates know is some mediocre players.
yeah. I wish I could find his year over year end. I don't know why I can't find it now, but I believe what I saw was he was 10-4 this year. The year before he was like 9-6. Then he was like 8-7, and then he was like even, and then he doesn't lose like
he's not pitching.
Yeah. Dude, that's perfect. We don't even have to talk about it anymore. That's perfect.
He finishes just right above 500 most of the time, and then sometimes he'll impress you with slightly more than above 500.
Exactly. If he's a free agent next year, so like he was a free agent this year, I believe.
Yeah.
He did good last year, but then now that we signed him, I think he's gonna go 9-10.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I hope I'm wrong.
But yeah, looking at the rotation, it's now Mitch Keller, in no particular order, Marco Gonzalez, Martin Perez, Quinn Priester most likely. Get this out of the way now. Paul Skeens is not going to be ready by opening
No,
day.
he's not gonna get it.
He is not going to be opening by opening day.
Don't forget Faulkner.
Who?
Faulkner.
Oh, Bailey Faulkner. Yep.
And then you got, what's his name? Brew Baker, if he's back.
Oh, that's right. Rudy Baker is back. Is Mike Burrows almost ready or no?
I thought I saw somebody post that he wasn't coming back this year. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was somebody else. I don't know.
I must say, I can't wait for when Skeens is ready and he does get called up and we get to have Brian Reynolds and Paul Skeens post-game pressers at the same time. It's going to be hilarious.
So what do you guys think about the game? It's great.
The two most
right,
monotone human beings.
All right, thank
you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. Players played well. Coaches coached well. It's always nice to come out on top. But other than that, we're just staying focused, ready to move forward. That's about it.
And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Skeens going to walk out there with a pipe. He's just going to set it down.
Dude, Skeens, I was there when he pitched for Altoona. He was a dog. He had a posse with him to the bullpen. The most violent warm-up I've ever seen in my entire life. That dude was looking for blood.
Here's my question. All right, say Skeens isn't going to be ready for the starting rotation. He's not ready to go 5-7 innings.
All right.
Do you do what the Rangers did with Ben Joyce? Kind of similar players, throw heat. They put him in the bullpen last year and just let him throw from the bullpen to get some experience.
He could do that. That would work. I think it's a little hard to come up with a way to use Paul Skeens right now because I don't think he hasn't been in AAA yet, which I don't think he should skip AAA. I think he should pitch a few games down there. I do think now trying to think of a month of when Skeens will be ready, and my guess is probably in the summer is the best bet I can come up with right now.
I mean, if the Pirates are contending, if they're contending and he's almost ready, I feel like you gotta bring him up.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because worst case scenario, your number one overall pick, he gets shelled, and then you got to send him back down. Best case, throws a freaking no-hitter complete game, and then you got him the rest of the year.
There was a TikTok Livy was doing. It was at an LSU football game, and Paul was obviously there. This dude looked like he was in another dimension.
Yeah.
He was so out of it. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I do.
Know what you're talking about.
My favorite was the dude from Mississippi State who tried to shoot a shot with her in her comments, and she turned him down. And then LSU got whooped Mississippi State because he hit her up right before the game because she was going to be there. And then they got absolutely just hammered by LSU, and he was like, "Dang, lost the game and lost my shot." Funniest thing ever.
Damn. In other news, Andrew McCutchen re-signed with the Pirates. He'll be back for 2024.
They've kind of opened up the checkbook a little bit.
A little bit.
No crazy deals, but they've opened it up to sign some guys that were decent last year. I mean, Kutch was coming back to Pittsburgh was awesome for him last year.
Yeah, I got a hot take with Kutch though, and I don't know if it's hot or not or it's smart. I think his playing time should be reduced this year. I think he's getting way too old.
No, I think they should let him have an MVP type season.
Production. He's not
162 games.
He's not gonna have it.
62. Throw him in there to pitch if he has to. Andrew McCutchen is Pittsburgh.
God. But yeah, Kutch is back, and we'll see what else the Pirates do. All right, so do we want to go to bowl games or bold predictions?
Let's go to bowl games.
Here's a bold prediction. Livy Dunn's going to get the Pirates more press than Paul Skeens will.
Hey, that's a great prediction. Hey, you know what though? Hopefully she brings that revenue up for him too.
Yeah, I swear. I don't know what it is about these white girls on TikTok. Well, obviously she's a gymnast too, and she's a really good one. But they just bring in the press.
I know what they're doing, I guess.
No, she goes Olympic, and then everyone's gonna be like power couple, and like Paul Skeens is gonna be like the most talked about baseball player.
That's going to be his
For
first question. They're going to say, Paul, so I see you're dating the gymnast from LSU, Livy Dunn. What do you think?
real. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
great.
she's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Don't really think about it that much. Just kind of like her for who she is. Not really concerned about what she does or her public figure.
We travel.
We travel a little bit, and and I'm just worried about the next game and taking on the Nationals.
Yeah.
So you said you want to go bowl games, Mike?
Bowl games, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I got to pull it up. All right, so our first one, Tuesday, December 26th, at 2 p.m. Bowling Green versus Minnesota.
Yikes.
Oh.
What a great game.
I mean, good for Bowling Green.
I got it. You know what? Here, stall for a little bit because I'll give you my prediction. I'll give you my prediction in a second. Hold on.
I mean, these two teams should be in the playoffs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You said Minnesota, right?
Yeah. Somehow Minnesota is 5-7, and they're in a bowl game.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I don't know how that works. There was another team that was like that too. They were below 500, and they made a bowl game. Let me see.
How is this happening?
I don't really know. Like, okay, so you're telling me. All right, I understand. You have to be 500. You have to. Okay, I get it. You mean to tell me that Minnesota deserves to be in a bowl game more than prime time?
Yeah, are you serious? Also, Minnesota is 5-7, and so is Illinois, and 4-8 Purdue is above both of them in the Big Ten standings. So 2 of Purdue's 4 wins must have been against Illinois and Minnesota, I guess.
Has to be.
That is so whack.
Like, I'll be ready for this new conference realignment.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
So ready for it. I'm so tired of watching the Big Ten. It's like you got Georgia and Bama. The spread's usually like 2 points. You've got Pac championship. Like this year was like 2 points. Then you go to the Big Ten. This year it was Michigan minus 22.5.
Yeah.
Nobody cared. Like, I watch it obviously because I'm a Michigan fan. But outside of that, are you going to sit down and watch Michigan roll Iowa, or would you rather watch Alabama and Georgia go toe-to-toe?
Nah, dude, I don't. There's nothing I love more than watching the Iowa Hawkeyes gear up to play offense.
It's like watching the 2023 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
This is taking long. Oh, do I have it?
Run, sack, screen. Run, sack, screen. Run, sack, screen.
All right. So, are you guys ready for my prediction for the Minnesota and Bowling Green game?
I forgot we were killing time for this.
I did too.
Okay. So my answer to this
is what I think it's gonna be
is
Soda! Yeah! I knew it. I knew it.
Okay,
love it. Me too. Good for Bowling Green for making a decent bowl game, but like Minnesota's a Big Ten team.
I think Bowling Green's gonna win. I don't know.
They definitely could.
I don't know. Bowling Green, give them to me. As Pat McAfee would say, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Did I stop screen sharing?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
All right. Gotta get some touchdowns.
All right, the next game's even worse. Rice versus Texas State.
Oh, Texas State versus the spirit of JT Daniels. Can we talk about that for a second? JT Daniels was a 5-star quarterback. He transferred 5 times and medically retired.
I don't even have any words.
I'm taking the Bobcats. Give me Texas State.
I like rice. I like white rice. I like brown rice. So give me rice.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip a coin, but I don't have one. So I'm gonna flip this card. If it lands with the letters, it's heads. If it lands not, it's tails. All right, give me Texas State.
Yeah, Bobcats, baby.
Bobcats.
The next game, we have a good game.
Woo!
Kansas versus UNLV.
Stellar.
It doesn't get much better than that.
Kansas.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kansas. I assume Jalen Daniels is playing this game.
I think he is. He was out most of the year, though.
Yeah, he was hurt.
So I don't know if he'll play.
Which is a tragedy because Kansas was ranked relatively high in the preseason polls, and I thought they could have been something solid this year. I thought they could have been an upset team in the Big 12.
They finished 8-4, so not a bad season for not having your starting quarterback.
No, surprising that they're not ranked, finishing 8-4 in a Power 5 conference.
I do think, though, that Kansas will roll UNLV, but
I do too. I think UNLV is really bad.
I agree. So this next game is a little confusing to me. It's Virginia Tech versus Tulane. Now hold on. Tulane is 11-2. Virginia Tech is 6-6. The spread for this game is Virginia Tech minus 10.5.
What? This is against the same Tulane Green Wave that beat USC last year.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear none of that. Give me Michael Pratt and the boys from Tulane. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tulane.
I've considered making Tulane my number 3 team behind Ohio State and Texas.
I zoned out very bad just a second ago.
I just want to say that Virginia Tech's not playing at home, so nobody's going to be excited to play because I wouldn't be excited to play if I had that entrance every single week and I had to go travel somewhere else.
Yeah. You know, Bryce, I was talking about that, about how Virginia Tech has the iconic, like, Enter Sandman run out and everything like that. I want to do something similar wherever I coach. I want to do it with a different song, but like something like that. It's probably going to be a Metallica song as well, but that's so hard.
Hey, Alex, I wonder if what I'm doing, I wonder if there's any walking out to songs involved. I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
You know, probably not, but you know, I'll think about that.
Probably not. Maybe a little posing. I don't know. On a stage,
there might be one or two. There might be one or two throughout the history. I'll have to look it up.
We'll see. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
Oh, phone shut off. 1 second. All right. North Carolina, West Virginia. I believe the news is Drake May is not playing in this game.
That's what I would expect.
Don't care. And give me UNC. Screw WVU.
Give me WVU just because you said that.
Realistically, without Drake, I think, is Garrett Green healthy? Their starting quarterback?
I believe so. They beat Baylor and then Cincinnati. I mean, they got boat raced by Oklahoma, but
yeah, give me WVU. I hate saying that so much, but give me WVU. Garrett Green's like that.
And then I agree. WVU it is, except for
Virginia.
Alex, we're going WVU. Junior Mint's going North Carolina. So,
what do you call me?
Junior Mint. Can't believe it.
I'm gonna spit out my coffee.
Oh, there's another one. There's another person to add to the list of people that
someone's gonna give me a spit take on this show at some point. It's probably gonna be when we're back in the studio. Joe's gonna do like one of his really funny laughs, and I'm just gonna spit my water everywhere.
God, if I was drinking something there in the Penn State funeral when you went, oh God, you would have got me. You would have got me.
All right, our next game, Louisville USC. Caleb Williams isn't playing.
Oh yeah, no Caleb Williams in the USC defense.
I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think we're looking at a 50 to 40 something game. Maybe not, but I'm going to go Louisville.
So am I. The USC's defense is so suspect.
And I believe...
I'd go Louisville, too.
Does Jerry Rice's son play for USC?
Oh, he might.
I thought he did. I don't know if he's going pro this year, if he's staying. I mean, he's not the top receiver, but that doesn't mean anything because his last name's Rice.
Brendan Rice, yeah, he plays for USC.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, Louisville it is. Then we got Texas A&M, Oklahoma State. Texas A&M has almost a grand total of a whole offense and whole defense in the transfer portal right now.
Yeah, that's awful.
But Oklahoma State's offense, and I think his name's Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, the running back. Yeah.
I think he's not playing. He's sitting out.
That's tough. Ollie Gordon's nice.
But Alan Bowman is the starting quarterback for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I don't think that Texas A&M has anything left to prove this year. They already fired Jimbo and everything like that. So I'm going to take the Cowboys. Give me Oklahoma State.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
Was Alan Bowman a quarterback at Pitt, Mikey?
Alan Bowman. The name sounds familiar.
I think he was like a backup's backup.
The name sounds familiar, yeah.
I don't know, but he put it together a decent year at Oklahoma State. Decent. Wasn't awesome, but it was decent.
Bryce,
Right,
he was a Wolverine.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was, but I thought he was at Pitt too.
I see
Yeah,
him.
the name sounds familiar, unless
I
I'm
see
unless I'm
him
tripping.
on Michigan, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma State. I'm not sure about Pitt.
Well, I knew that name sounded familiar, but I thought it was Pitt that he put
Yeah,
in.
no, it says on here Texas Tech 18 to 20, and then Michigan 21 and 22, and then he's playing out his redshirt senior season at Oklahoma State this year.
Hey, you know what? Kudos to him. He got 2 Big Ten championships backing up JJ. Give him credit. I'm
There you
picking
go.
him now. Want him to win. Doesn't matter though because our next game is better than the last one. SMU versus Boston College.
Give me the Mustangs, baby. Give me Preston Stone if he's even playing.
I'm taking SMU regardless.
I mean, I am too, but
I'm gonna say this. When I saw Boston College against Pitt, when I was at that game, I wasn't really that impressed with Boston College, even though they have a bowl game. Especially when you lose to Pitt, especially this year's Pitt Panthers. So yeah, I'm gonna go SMU.
Next game. Go ahead.
They're just weird. Boston College is weird. They almost beat Florida State with a healthy Jordan Travis.
Hey,
it was that bandana game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the bandana game. Yeah.
Now, here's my question with Boston College. Do you think the standard is the standard?
Woo! Okay, first, wait. I'm reading this right. So I looked up Preston Stone stats because I've been a fan of him since he was in high school. I saw 59.9% completion percentage on the season. I was like, that's not great. And then I saw 3,100 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 161 passer rating on the season. Bro just doesn't turn the ball over.
Hey, that's what you want in a quarterback.
Facts. What is he? Is he this was only his redshirt sophomore year, so they got him for at least another year. Yes. Get some more SMU football next year.
Bryce. So we're at 20 minutes right now. So if you want to skip a few games, you can if you want to.
All right, I'll read them to you. You let me know if we're skipping. Rutgers, Miami.
Skip.
NC State, Kansas State.
Ooh.
I'm going
And the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
We'll go Kansas State.
Yeah. Is Will Howard playing? He's in the draft though, isn't he?
I'm gonna go.
So.
I'm still feeling Kansas State.
I'm gonna take NC State on this one.
I am too. NC State's where it's at. Then we got Arizona, Oklahoma. Oklahoma doesn't have Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, but what does Arizona have?
Arizona actually put together a decent year. Their quarterback, I don't even know how to say his name.
Is it Jaden DeLaura?
No, it's like Fafita.
Oh yeah, Fafita. Yeah, I forgot about him.
2,500 yards, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Pretty good.
Not bad.
I'm gonna go with Arizona.
Give me Arizona on the upset. Why not?
I agree.
Arizona.
All right. Clemson, Kentucky.
Clemson revenge game, I think.
Clemson.
Honestly.
Clemson.
Okay. Oregon State, Notre Dame, in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
This could be a good one.
I hate this with all my heart, but give me Notre Dame.
Well, Sam Hartman's probably not going to play.
I figure. But
give me Oregon State.
But is DJ Ugalavalu playing?
Oh yeah, he kind of sucks. It's probably going to be like Kenny Minchie or something like that for Notre Dame at quarterback.
Minchie, the guy that decommitted from Pitt.
It's either going to be Minchie or Steve Angeli, I'm pretty sure. Give me Notre Dame, actually. I'll flip my pick.
I think I'm going to stick with State. But all right, next game, it's Memphis, Iowa State.
Skip.
Missouri, Ohio State. Skip.
Give me Buckeyes.
Yeah, give me the Buckeyes. Unfortunately, sorry.
I'm just saying. No Kyle
This is going to be a good
McCord.
game, though.
Marvin Harrison said he might play because he might come back because it's rumored that Ohio State's throwing upwards of $30 million at him to stay.
As they should.
Which somehow isn't a recruiting violation, but I'm not the NCAA. I'm going to sit that one out. But I do think, I don't know. Kyle McCord was a guy all year. I don't know about their backup. Is he any good?
He was fine as a spot starter.
I don't know. Something about Missouri's offense, though. Like, they have a 1,500-yard rusher, 1,200-yard receiver.
Yeah.
I think
they have Mookie Cooper and what's his name? Do they have Luther Burden?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Mookie Cooper are really good. And then Garrett Schrader at running back. It's going to be a good game.
Mizzou was in it. They only lost by 9 to Georgia, beat Tennessee by 29, beat Florida by 2, beat Arkansas by 34.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna roll with Mizzou.
You know what my prediction is for this game? I think this is going to be a repeat of this is going to be very similar to Rose Bowl, Utah versus Ohio State, when JSN had like 300 yards in that game. I'm thinking the score is going to be very similar to that game.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I could see it.
But I also think Ohio State's defense could just show up and do really well against a really good offense. We'll see.
I agree. This is a little off topic. Did you see what the Missouri coach said on ESPN?
No.
All right, this is TikTok. Let me show you. It's kind of funny. It's a shot at Michigan, but it's still funny.
Well, hey guys, I got a quick phone call. Connor Stallion's beeping in right here. I'm trying to get some signals here, so I gotta go.
That's funny as hell.
He said, "I got a quick phone call. Connor Stallions is beeping in right here." That's great.
Amazing.
That's great.
Fantastic.
But I still think Mizzou's gonna win. I don't know. I don't trust. I don't know. Something's telling. Something's telling
Rose Bowl, by the way, that Rose Bowl, Jackson Smith and Jigbo, 15 catches, 347 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Man, I really could have used him in fantasy last week.
Yeah. I could have used literally anybody in fantasy this past week.
We got Bijan. Next game, Ole Miss, Penn State.
Ole Miss.
I don't know.
Could be a really good game as well. If Drew Aller actually shows up for once, this would be a good game.
That's the question. Is Drew Aller going to play quarterback, or what's he going to
do? Give me Ole Miss.
I think Ole Miss, too.
Give me Jackson Dart. One of my favorite sleeper quarterbacks.
All right, we're going to skip this next game because nobody cares.
Trash. Yep.
Here comes a good one. Arguably another playoff game. Georgia, Florida State.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Go Dogs.
Just would like to point out, Georgia is a 14.5-point favorite.
Yeah, that's good.
Against that defense. That's crazy.
I got a bold prediction. I'm gonna go Georgia, but I think it'll be decided by a field goal.
Okay, so I just want to point out that Florida State has 6 quarterbacks on their roster this year. And 4 of them are freshmen.
I'm gonna go.
What? Give me Florida State on the upset. I'm taking it. Give me the junior Tate Roadmaker.
Right, I am going to take Georgia. Mikey thinks it's by a field goal. Alex is picking Florida State outright. I think I got Georgia by 31.
Yeah. I will say this. Florida State will not cover. I'm saying that for sure. They will not cover that. I'm going to say Florida State. I'm going to say this game goes to overtime and Florida State allows a touchdown and then they score and go for 2 and get it.
I just don't think I don't know. Okay. They're all upset about they didn't make the playoffs, so they have something to play for. But all this time they've been whining, complaining that they didn't get in. Georgia's been preparing. Kirby's in the same boat. How do you go from 1 to 6?
Yeah, Kirby's going to be cooking up a masterclass for
Like
sure.
this could quite possibly be not the best bowl game of all time, but this could really be a really good bowl game.
Yeah.
With everything around it.
We are definitely skipping the next bowl game. I don't know how this is on the same day as the Orange Bowl.
Hey, it's because Dave Portnoy is running it. Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. All right, then we get into the meat and potatoes of college football.
NY6 games, baby.
We got Wisconsin versus LSU. I don't think Jaden Daniels is playing. I can't imagine he will. But even without him, I'm gonna take LSU.
Yeah, LSU's vicious. I don't think there's any way to lose that game.
I'm gonna go LSU. Sorry, EJ.
Yeah, true.
Is he a Wisconsin fan?
He is.
Yeah, now I'm taking LSU by 50. All right, then I'm gonna go. We got
God.
Liberty versus Oregon. You mean to tell me that was the best game that they could get? Oregon was 23rd ranked Liberty.
Yeah, give me the Ducks without Bo Nix, but I think it will be closer than people expect.
It's gonna have to be. I mean, Vegas knows something. Only a 7. Oregon was favored higher against Colorado.
Yeah.
And they're only favored by 17 against Liberty.
Also, Bryce skipped over the Citrus Bowl, which is Iowa versus Tennessee. Give me Tennessee final 14-2.
Where did I skip that at?
It's right above the Fiesta Bowl.
Which one is? Oh, is that? Oh, I was going down the list. Sorry.
Oh, okay, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, Iowa, Tennessee. I think Tennessee's winning that game.
Yeah, give me like I said, give me Tennessee 14-2.
I always got to root for the Big Ten. I'm saying these picks like who I think's gonna win, but I'm always gonna pull for the Big Ten to win.
I mean, yeah,
give me Tennessee 3-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cooper DeJean's gonna take one to the house, and Iowa's gonna win 7-0. All right, next game, we got Bama and Michigan.
What's the spread on this game?
2 points, actually.
2 points. I would have guessed. I would guess probably 2. Is it Michigan? Michigan by 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mike.
I think this is the year.
I
think this is the year. Give me Michigan.
I say it's now or never. I mean, it sucks not having Zinner as our right guard. Dude was an animal. Speaking of, I hope the Steelers draft him because he'd actually somewhat come in and help them. But I mean, 3-time All-American. How do you not?
It's hard to pick against Jalen Milroe, and they've got some pretty underrated weapons on Alabama's offense. But obviously, offense isn't typically what you think of when you think of Alabama. You think of the Saban defense.
Yeah, they don't know what Jesse Minter's cooking up over there.
I think this is going to be a slugger. I'm going to be totally honest. I think this is like a 21-17, 21-20 kind of game.
The over-under is set at 44.5,
so I'm not too far off.
No.
Yeah.
Alabama's hot right now. They are hot.
They are hot, but they're hot off of Auburn giving up one of the dumbest touchdowns I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Alabama shouldn't even be in the playoffs right now, actually.
No, I do think that Jalen Milroe is going to want it, and he's going to want to prove himself, especially after getting benched against USF earlier this year. But I think this is the year that Michigan makes it to the Natty. I'm going to take Michigan as well.
I really hope they make it. I'm just going to say, I read something that like 90% of the money is on Alabama to cover the +2. I think this game's going to end up Michigan beats them by 3.
Wins outright. Yeah, I think covers the spread.
I think they're going to win outright because, I mean, 90% of the money, Vegas would make a field day on that game.
Yeah, they would.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Michigan, roll with my team. I think they're going to be ready. I do have a bold prediction about that game coming up soon. Then we got...
When we get to the bold predictions, we're going to have to go pretty quickly because we're running out of time.
We like to talk about college football.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, then we got Texas, Washington. Quick tidbit.
Hook 'em.
If Michigan beats Alabama, there will be a rematch of the national championship because they play both Washington and Texas next year. I
believe
think
I believe Washington, Michigan was the last natty that Michigan won. And I'm pretty sure it'll be like on like the 20-year anniversary or something like that, or like 30-year anniversary or something.
so. You're saying the stars are aligning.
They are.
Yes.
I'm still taking Texas though,
Yes.
hook 'em, baby.
I'm gonna go real quick and do a little
Hook 'em.
breakdown. I think if Washington's offense stays as hot as they are, I'm not sure if Texas can score as many touchdowns as they can back to back to back. This game has the potential to be a shootout. I don't know. I'm gonna go Texas too.
Hook 'em.
Sark's got them boys coming.
What's the spread on
All
this
right.
one now?
4.5.
4.5 for Washington?
Texas.
For Texas. Okay. Interesting. I would never have
So-
expected Vegas to go 4.5 on Texas.
Me either.
So we're all going Michigan and Texas for the natty.
Yeah.
All right, then let's just go for it. Bryce, I'm sticking with it. I think it's the year. I think Michigan wins the natty. Oh God, what are you grabbing?
Hold on. I'm gonna be like Lee Corso real quick. Texas, they're a strong football team. Michigan is also a strong football team. But Michigan hasn't won a national championship in 20 years. So who would pick them? Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough. I like that.
I think
Oh,
I seriously
God.
think this is the year with JJ and Blake. I think this is the year. This is the year they win the national championship.
Actually, nobody knows this. But because of the COVID year, we can get everybody but 5 guys back.
That's
Again.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Because of that COVID year. The only person we couldn't get back is San Risto, who's been huge. And other than that, I believe it's just like an offensive lineman or two, a linebacker, and that's it. So, but
this is a tough one for me because I love Quinn Ewers. He was almost a Buckeye. He actually was a Buckeye, and then he decommitted and went to Texas. This is a really tough one because I do think Michigan's got a really, really good team this year. And I think they're all just thinking about losing to TCU in the semifinals last year. God, this is a tough one.
I don't think either way, whoever makes it in, I don't think we're going to see a 65-7 national championship.
Definitely not. I'm thinking if it is Michigan, Texas in the Natty, it's going to be like Michigan minus 2.5 at most, I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe
I wouldn't
minus
even
3.5 at top.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they made the spread even, just money line only, just made it
Money
even.
line only, yeah. And I think the over/under on this game would be like 48 or something like that.
We'll come back to that whenever
We'll take those numbers whenever if this lineup ends up happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a really good game. I think this is very similar to Michigan Bama. I think this is very potential to be a slugger. But I also think that Texas has a lot of possibility to hit stuff over the top. Adonai Mitchell, Xavier Worthy. I think Jonathan Brooks is their running back now that Bijan's gone. He's pretty good.
Xavier Worthy was supposed to be at Michigan. Supposed to be.
Yeah. Xavier Worthy's kind of fallen down the draft boards too. He's down in like the early second round instead of like mid first rounder now.
Yeah.
I think Michigan does win this one, and I think that Texas, after proving their relevancy again, and Sark finally proves he can make it there, I think Texas reloads next year with either Quinn or Arch Manning and goes crazy next year.
13-0.
Yeah, something like that, genuinely. And the new SEC, like,
I mean, if he goes 13-0 in the SEC,
yeah, I think they reload for a really good season next year. But I do think with JJ going, and is Blake Corum entering the draft? I forget what year he is in terms of eligibility.
I think he's still got his COVID year, but he's gonna go. He was gonna go last year if he didn't break his leg. He said he came back, but I think most of his reason for coming back was if he went pro, he was probably gonna go 5th, 6th round after that injury. But glad he came back. He could. I think I'm wrong. I think he could come back. I think he has his COVID year still.
Yeah. I do think that this is the year for Michigan, though, because if JJ goes and everything like that, I don't think Blake stays after the season he had and stuff like that. So
I kind of hope JJ stays and kind of moves the culture onto Jaden Davis. Really need that to stick around.
Possible. But yeah, I think that's probably the year for them.
I hope so. Mike?
Yeah, I'm still sticking with Michigan. I think I think
God, I
JJ,
deliberated that for a while.
JJ, Blake, and the boys will be getting it done. But yeah, all right. Bold predictions. Bold predictions time. We'll have to go decently fast. Though a couple of mine don't really need explanation, so we'll be good. I guess I can start it off here. It's actually a wrestling take, believe it or not. And my first bold prediction is that John Cena will fully retire in 2024 and stick fully with Hollywood. I think he is way too busy to wrestle. The only reason he wrestled this year was because of the strike. Now that the strike's over, he's back in Hollywood and he has no time. Just like The Rock, he has no time. So I think he will fully retire in 2024. So that's my first bold prediction.
Do you want me to go next, Alex?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm deliberating on some stuff.
I'm going to say my bold prediction is John Morant wins the MVP this year.
There you go.
That is bold.
That's the point.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm gonna go outside of my realm of knowledge a little bit on something. I'm gonna swing basketball. I'm gonna go NBA real quick. I'm gonna swing outside of my realm of knowledge. Let me do some backup research on something real quick. This will take like 2 seconds.
Oh boy.
Mike, I just thought of another great one.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I am going to say that Draymond Green will come back from his indefinite suspension after some counseling or whatever. I assume that's what they want him to do during his suspension, is try and fix up his place down his attitude. I'm gonna say Draymond Green comes out of his indefinite suspension and just doesn't have the gas that he used to, and either just falls down the roster, the depth chart, or retires. The
Okay.
Lakers aren't very, very good right now. They're kind of, not the same team they used to be. So, or not the Lakers, the Warriors. Jesus Christ. The Warriors aren't really who they were before. Whether that be because people are getting older, they just don't have the same juice they used to. But yeah, I think he comes back from suspension and just isn't the same player anymore and contemplates retirement.
I can see it.
Mhm. I can see that. All right, my second take. My explanation was on episode 66. Everybody knows the explanation. I don't need to explain it. I do think the Steelers will let Mike Tomlin go. And the Steelers will have a new head coach in 2024. There you go.
Okay. This one really isn't bold because everybody's saying it that isn't a ESPN reporter. Caleb Williams goes number 1 and then is a bust as a backup the rest of his career. That's my
There you
bold
go.
take.
All right.
See.
All right. All right. Let's see what Alex has for his second one. Because he's got the Dukes
See.
in his sweatshirt.
I've been struggling because this is a tough point in the year to make bold predictions. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go with a bit of an interesting one. I'm gonna say that because I do think I'm basing this off of a different. Mike's gonna have this take. I'm not gonna say the team, but like I think a lot of people are considering this, especially because Robert Kraft has already kind of said it. With Belichick leaving New England, and Mike's take is gonna be where he goes. But with Belichick leaving,
I got rid of that one, by the way.
Oh, did you?
The one
Okay.
yeah.
So with Belichick leaving, I think that Drake May does go to the Patriots, and under, I assume, Bill O'Brien will win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay. All right. All right. My next one. This one hurts. This one hurts. It really does. But you got to think about the team, especially the way they've been playing the last 2 years. And that is that the Pens will trade either Malkin or Letang. Originally, I had Crosby in this list. There's no possible way
retire
they will
Penguin.
trade Crosby. He's going to retire Penguin. But the Penguins will trade either Malkin or Letang.
Yeah, I mean, not to compare Crosby to a legend of this caliber, but like you really don't want Crosby to have like a Jordan Wizards era, where it's just like
No.
nobody remembers it and nobody really cares about it.
Oh,
So
all right.
this one, it's crazy. This one is really tough
Oh, boy.
for me to say, and Alex is gonna laugh in my face. Kyle McCord takes Syracuse to a 10+ win season and gets them into a New Year's Six Bowl.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt in the ACC. I wouldn't completely doubt that. Especially because Dabo Swinney just refuses to get with the times. So there's one powerhouse knocked out there. I think Florida State's in position to probably win the ACC next year, but I do think that Kyle McCord could have a solid season with Syracuse, in a weaker conference. Now, 10+ wins NY Six Bowl, I don't know, but I think it's feasible.
Just a crazy shot.
All right,
Huh.
I've got a crazy one. Yeah, this is kind of, I already talked about him a little bit and showed off some of his stats because the realignment is happening next year, correct? I'm not just like blowing smoke. Like, okay,
No,
so
it's coming.
I think Preston Stone and SMU in the new Big 12 win the Big 12 next year, and Preston Stone shoots up everybody's lists on everything. I think he's a Maxwell finalist. I think he's an O'Brien finalist. I think he's not a Heisman finalist, but I do think that he finishes up there at the top for the quarterback awards with possibly an undefeated SMU winning the Big 12.
Mm. Wow.
And in
Okay.
the college football playoff, obviously, with the new playoff system. So
Okay.
All right. My next take is that the Diaz-Graham twins will lead Pitt to the Elite Eight.
I hope so. This one's
I've
kind of in action right now, obviously, because Pitt basketball season is going as we speak.
Yeah.
I've
They're
got
gonna
two
do it.
more. One's really hot and the other one's kind of hot. This one's the hot one.
Okay.
The next championship that comes to the city of Pittsburgh will be by the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Ooh, spicy one.
Just think about it. Penguins are kind of going downhill. The Steelers are kind of going downhill. The Pirates have slowly started to make the climb.
Now, Bryce, I have a question. Are we dead?
No, this will happen before we die. We'll probably be 70. But I think that's the next championship that comes to Pittsburgh is Pirates. And it's going to be within It's going to be within 10 to 15 years.
God, thinking about the Penguins and the Steelers going no championships for the next 10 to 15 years is so painful.
It is.
God. Oh God. Jeez. Whew.
He
All
doesn't
right,
even know what
Alex,
to
go
say
ahead.
now.
Alex, go ahead.
Oh God, I've freeballed so many bold takes already. I'm trying to come up with one more.
We gotta come up with two. You gotta come up with two more.
Shoot.
I only have one more. I can come up with one off my head. All right.
I mean, I got another one from the top of my head.
I got it. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. gets an absolute NIL bag thrown at him by Ohio State. He stays in Ohio State. Potentially, if this is all banking on JJ McCarthy not being there next year and Blake Corum not being there next year. But I think that whoever they go with at quarterback, whether it be Kyle McCord 2.0 and Devin Brown, or if they start Aaron Noland as a freshman, which I think is a bad idea, or if they get someone through the transfer portal, I think Marvin Harrison stays on an NIL bag and Ohio State finally makes it back to the Big Ten championship.
Think about this receiver core real quick. Marvin Harrison, the #1 overall recruit from this year's
Jeremiah
class.
Smith. Yep.
Emeka Ibuka.
Yep.
Julian Fleming's gone. Who's going to go to Penn State? My prediction.
I think Carnell Tate's still going to be there as your fourth receiver. You can't be mad about that.
Plus, is Stover gone?
I think Cade Stover might be gone, but G. Scott's a really good receiving tight end.
And his Stover's brother just signed yesterday, I saw.
Did he really?
To Ohio
There you
State.
go. And then you'll have Travion's going to be gone, but
And
you'll
Chip
have-
Training's gone. You have Mayan
yeah.
Williams. I mean, if they can fail, I'm just saying, if they get a rock star quarterback like KJ Jefferson out of the portal, that offense might put up 50 points a game.
The only problem you have to think about is Aaron Noland won't play this year, so you probably, but he's really, really talented, so you probably want someone who will come in for like a year so that Aaron Noland can start as a sophomore or at latest as a junior, because you don't want to risk him transferring.
KJ Jefferson, he's got 1 year left.
If they can land him in that offense, woo, baby. I don't want Devin Brown. And for the love of God, Devin Brown's playing in their bowl game this year. I swear to God, if he wears 33 in this game, I'm going to lose my mind. Someone please get Bro a different jersey number.
Oh, that's great.
God. Well, for my last take, I mean, I thought it was going to be one of the boldest, but ever since Bryce just blurted out, I mean, it's kind of up there. So my last take is that the Pirates will make the playoffs in 2024. I think they find a way and they make it. There'll be a wild card, probably first game exit or first 2 games exit, but I do think they will find a way to make the playoffs in 2024 with Paul Skeens.
Hey, is that where we want to shake and agree that's the championship year?
Oh. No. Oh gosh.
All right, this last one is a March Madness thing. Marquette's been playing hot. I'm just saying they haven't won a national championship in 46 years. Going to be 47 when March Madness comes around. Shaka Smart's the coach, right? I believe so. Yeah, Shaka Smart.
I think so.
He leads them to the championship, and they win it all this year.
Damn. All right.
They haven't won in so many years. They're either exit in the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16, or they get upset second round. I think this year's the year that he takes them to the championship, playing Kansas and beats them.
All right. I've got a heater for this one. This one is looking a bit far into the future.
It's the last one.
After this season, I think the Pens are disappointing and either miss the playoffs or first round exits again. I think they, like Mike said, this is kind of combining his take with mine. I think they either trade Malkin or Letang and get some picks, maybe a couple players that could be, bottom 6 guys or, maybe even some, third shift players or something like that. I think after this year, especially if they miss the playoffs again this year, they trade one of those 2 guys, they fire Mike Sullivan, and Dubas retools and brings them up to like an Eastern Conference semifinal the following year.
Okay.
And I think that could possibly, especially with like the amount of concussions, I think if that's the case and they make like a Cinderella run, especially with the Stanley Cup Finals, I think that could be Crosby's legacy season and then he retires.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Yep, I could for sure see that. All right. So this is it from our end. Coming up next is our athlete spotlight with Richie Pek, which we filmed probably, I think, in like November.
3 weeks ago or something
3
like
weeks
that.
ago we filmed it. So you're probably gonna hear us say like, "Oh, it's the last Zoom show." You know what number we're on. Like we didn't know this is what we were gonna do this episode. Yeah. So Alex, you want to take us to the Richie interview?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, another athlete spotlight. I don't even know which one this is actually.
Yeah, we're kind of filming like a bunch to.
Yeah, we're filming these in bulk so we can get them out over the course of break.
But these next 2 that we'll film will be the next 2 weeks though, so it won't be for the Zoom shows. But
yeah,
there you go.
So, Richie Pegmesian, right? That's how you say it. That's all right.
Let's go. We got it.
Edinburgh football kicker.
always love getting different position guys on here. We had Dom on the D line. We are recording multiple today. We will have Ant on as well, who's also D line. But got a kicker on today. I always like to have different position groups on. Mike can agree with me on that, so we're gonna get rolling on this.
Yes. So I got your bio from the Edinburgh Athletic website. Let's pray.
These aren't always accurate.
These aren't always accurate. We had Bailey on, and it said like she played 2 seasons in high school when she played 4.
Okay.
So
Let's do it.
So prior to Edinburgh, you played your senior season of football at Mater Dei Prep. Is that how you say it? Mater Dei Prep.
Oh, okay.
Earned all league and all conference honors. Mater Dei Prep played in the I'm taking it as New Jersey State Championship game, making a 37-yard field goal and an extra point in a 10-3 semifinal win over Red Bank Catholic. Played sophomore and junior seasons at Shore Regional setting, you set the school's single game PAT record going 10 for 10.
Holy cow.
Yeah, big. Yeah, we rival team. They lost everybody, so our coach decided to run it up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, got the opportunity to hit 10 extra points and break the record. But most importantly, getting a 70-0 win on homecoming.
70-0. I was gonna say that's 70 points.
Dang.
I don't know how many they scored. Holy cow.
But for 2022, there's some more here. Played in 7 games, made 7 of 10 field goals with a long of 36, hit the game-winning field goal at Mercyhurst, and then also made 13 PATs. So
That's though I made 17 PATs.
PAT,
Yeah.
Stupid athletic website.
It's okay. They just they forgot to put in the stats for Slippery Rock, but that's
okay.
the only game I hit 4 extra points in that game.
I mean, yeah, you already touched on it with the 10 for 10. I mean, you see that. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, it is a crazy stat. I mean,
it was definitely a really, really fun game. I didn't even know I broke it on maybe till the Monday after.
Mm-hmm.
Someone finally told you.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a huge record to break because honestly, kickers just, hit extra points are just, you're just doing your job. It's nothing special. And it's just, nice I had the opportunity to make that many. But,
yeah,
I didn't do anything out of the ordinary.
Well, that was something my coaches stressed too, is all that consistency. We had a homecoming game my junior year where we put up 49 points, and our coach was like, "Hey, dude, you went 7 for 7 today. That's pretty. That's good. You want to be consistent like that." So
yeah, it's just
I feel
doing
like
little
it's
things.
a little underappreciated, but
No doubt.
Yeah, for real. Alex, you got the next question?
okay, yeah.
Which kind of is like the first question because the first one we already discussed it. But.
Yeah. So obviously we've talked to a lot of athletes about this already, but kickers are pretty unique in sports. So what's like pregame and practice prep like for you?
Well, in the off season is really when you get all your work in, but
Yeah.
During the last week of camp, into week 1 prep and throughout the season, you're really going for quality over quantity because kicking is not a natural movement for your body to do, so it exerts you pretty quickly. So you want to stretch very well,
Keep your
hydrate,
quads loose and everything.
yeah, and just even if it's just you hit 15 balls that day, it's just those are 15 good reps.
Right. Yeah.
And you treat every rep like it matters because it does.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You don't want to take any pointless reps because that's when you start to get hurt and tweak stuff. So just the 6 inches between your ears is honestly the biggest thing too. You got to stay mentally strong.
Yeah. It's true.
It's one of those. It's probably the most mentally draining position on the team.
Yeah. We had my
Quarterback too.
Yeah. The year after I graduated in high school, my team made it to the Whitfield Championship, and it was at Heinz Field. It was a big deal and everything. And our coach put all the faith in our kicker. Great kicker, by the way. Probably one of the best kickers we've had in the past couple years. It was from like a hash in the snow at Heinz from like 40, and he just pushed it. And he was just absolutely destroyed after it.
Well, you want to know something pretty interesting on why I don't really like how they play games at those fields is because the NFL uprights are a lot thinner than high school uprights.
Yeah.
So if you're playing that game on a high school field, you might be looking at a different story.
Yeah. It was probably about a foot wide.
It definitely would have been different, and even just his psyche, it would have been different. It's like, okay, these uprights look bigger. Let me hit a better ball.
Yeah.
I missed the field goal in the state championship due from 42 at Rutgers, which is still college uprights same
they're
width
wider
as NFL.
hashes, yeah.
Wider hashes, thin uprights. So that's college is the hardest place to kick when it comes to hash work,
Definitely.
no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, You mentioned off season already just a few minutes ago, but how hard is it to maintain staying ready for the season during the off season for you?
Well, for me personally, I have a very tough time putting on weight, and the lighter you are, the less powerful you are as a kicker. So the biggest thing for me is just living in that weight room and just eating.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those guys that if I didn't lift or eat, I would just be like a skinny guy, really
just
skinny.
dropping weight all the time.
Yeah. So it's like I could lose 10 pounds in a week, but I couldn't put on 5 in 2 months.
Yeah. That's
So,
tough.
some people look at eating as like fun, and it's fun, but I eat to get full. I eat to not be hungry. I don't eat to enjoy.
Yeah.
Like it's like a chore to eat. Like I wish I was never hungry.
Yeah, that's fair.
So-
That's totally understandable.
So it's just that staying flexible, because the stronger you get, the tighter you get.
Yeah.
So you have to just for every pound of muscle you put on, you also want to make sure your muscles are loose. So I'd say that's the biggest thing for me.
So Mike was telling me this earlier. You plan on being a firefighter.
Oh yeah.
So just kind of go into that. Like, what made you want to be a firefighter? What influenced that?
Well, I'm from New Jersey, and that's like the big leagues for firefighting. I mean, because you have New York City, which is arguably the biggest city, and
Yeah.
it's also the most dense state with the most high rises.
Yeah.
And it's the
Definitely.
most densely populated state. We have 11 million people, and
It's a
if
small
if
state,
you could
yeah.
picture New Jersey, I think there's maybe a smidge more than 11 in Pennsylvania, and
Yeah.
I think Pennsylvania is probably 4 or 5 times the size of New Jersey.
At least, yeah.
So, I think besides California, it's the state that has the most paid positions, because in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania,
Volunteer.
you have Pittsburgh, Philly, and Harrisburg, and maybe Erie, and besides that, everywhere's part-time and volunteer.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, I just want to serve the community, and it's almost like playing football again. It's like a team. That firehouse.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I'm
for
actually
sure.
volunteering at Edinburgh Fire Department for next semester, because you got
awesome.
to get 2 years volunteer before you get fully hired somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not looking to work in New Jersey, but it helps being from New Jersey. You almost get a little better respect.
Yeah. Right. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote you down for the.
Oh, for
Back
this
to
one,
back, yeah.
I wasn't sure if you had any. So I actually don't know what year you are. So
So I'm a junior.
You're a
So
junior, so
I
you're the
graduated
same
high
year
school in
as us.
2021.
okay, you're the same year as us. Again, this is another question that we tend to ask with everyone, just because we like to get a lot of opinions on this. As an athlete or in general, it doesn't really matter. What's your biggest advice for incoming freshmen?
Wow. Let me think back when I was coming as a freshman. Oh, to don't think that you have it made yet, just because you signed a scholarship to go play at a college football school. Just because you're a big fish in your small town that you come from, everyone's going to be that guy when you come here, no matter what level you play at. Only 7% of guys play in college. So
Yeah.
I would act like you don't deserve to be there in your head.
Right. Yeah.
Walk by demonstration like you deserve to be there, but you gotta separate yourself somehow. Because you could be very ordinary in college, and that's not gonna get you places. You got to do something that others can't. You got to be consistent in what you do. So make yourself uncomfortable and just get ready, because you're young and guys are older and they're bringing in transfers. And if you have a lousy first semester, they'll recruit over you. They'll bring in more guys.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. All right, last question. The first day I met you, I asked you this. So we're going to see what Alex thinks, and we're going to see what the viewers think. Are you aware that you look like the Punisher from
yeah.
Netflix?
Yeah,
You see it? You see it? Let's put a
I
pin
forgot
here.
about this.
You know what? If I can remember, I'm probably going to forget. But just in case if I don't, I'm going to put a picture up here, like right here. See the comparison? If I put it up, I probably didn't put it up. But anyway, I can't remember what you said that first time I asked you.
I think you got to show me a picture of him. I forgot what he looked like.
Okay, I got it. Here, I'll pull it up.
My ex-girlfriend said no.
No.
But the hell what she thinks.
Yeah. There you go.
If I can. My brain is just like fried right now. Okay.
Well, Ohio State, Michigan was the highest watched college football regular season game since 2011.
I'd say we do have similar features. I would say that with all due respect, that guy's definitely a little more masculine than I am. But
Yeah, Alex.
he's definitely a beast.
Yeah, I do see it. I see the features. Yeah.
Well, thank you. It's a compliment.
I was gonna say it is a compliment. Ant said he doesn't see it though. No,
Ant shaking
I'm
his
surprised
head back there.
he hasn't made you laugh yet. By the way, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
All right, so our favorite segment for Athlete Spotlight. So it's like a segment on a segment.
Yeah, pretty much.
For this, our rapid fire. So we start off with basic questions and then going into a little bit more, I guess, kind of detail.
Yeah, of course.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready. It's like the fast money round of Family Feud.
Well, you don't. Okay, we say rapid fire, but in all
They're
reality,
not really that fast.
it's not really that fast.
Okay.
It's really not. So, note to self for Ant, who's we'll film here pretty soon, and then anybody else watching that's gonna come onto the show. It's not fast. I mean, how long did it take Dom and Jill to give their answer?
Yeah, well, that was 2 people to be fair, but yeah.
To be fair, yeah, to be fair. All right, here we go. Favorite sport to watch?
Football.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Yes. Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite TV show of all time?
SpongeBob.
Favorite movie of all time?
Blindside.
Ooh.
Ooh. Go-to pregame song?
Humble and Kind by Tim McGraw.
There you go.
Kicker's got to stay calm, cool, and collected.
It's dying in the
Longest field goal you've ever made?
In practice or in a game?
Game.
In game.
You know what? Game and practice. How about that?
43 in high school. Game. 61 just screwing around one day.
Holy cow.
Wow. Favorite vacation spot?
Aruba.
Ooh.
You mentioned that you're a surfer.
Yes.
Favorite beach you ever surfed at?
Wow. I'm going to have to say Baby Beach in Puerto Rico.
That's sweet.
So you mentioned to me you were a baseball player. Favorite position in baseball?
Well, I was a lefty and I'm short, so I play the outfield.
All right. If you entered a home run derby right now, how many dingers do you think you can hit?
If we got a short porch in right field, because I'm a lefty, I'm saying I'm hitting maybe 2 to 3 out. I was more of a contact guy. I sat in the second hole.
And saying 0.
And it's coming a lot from a guy that played tennis in high school, so. Sorry to ruin part of your, maybe your fast money round for him, but.
That's okay. That's all right. All right. The blindside question that we like to ask. Favorite Edinburgh football player that's not yourself?
Ooh.
Here we go again.
Dom labored over this one for like 20 minutes before we even
don't
started
worry.
recording.
That's your last question too. You actually have time. You actually have time to think about it though.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with Jared Malik McCray.
I don't think I know him.
Yeah.
Well, he wears 59.
Okay,
He plays in like a bunch of packages, but he's from New Jersey, and him and I are really, really close. Matt Carlisle's a close second.
Yeah.
Matt.
So honestly, we got a bunch of good dudes though.
Yeah, for real.
Can't really complain about it either way.
No, it's honestly just it's all about circumstance. Who you run into at certain times, who you really get to know.
Yeah.
So, but everyone's cool, man. We're all a big happy family here.
Yeah, and I actually, real quick, because I actually just came up with this question from the top of my head. That it's like one of those questions that like if I think of it later, I go, I should have asked that.
Yeah.
Is there any like kickers in the NFL you like to look at?
Yeah. Well, I like looking at Blake Grupe for the New Orleans Saints. He's a freshman rookie out of Notre Dame. And he's,
wow.
And he's 5'7", 155. And I'm a little bigger than I'm like almost 5'9", and 160. But still, it's nice seeing a guy that's a little smaller, be so successful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because he doesn't really have a lot of range, but he's just his mechanics are top tier, and he's money and he's confident. So I like to watch him.
Yeah, that's a good pick. It's a good pick.
And he's a Christian, which also helps.
Oh, there you go.
I was always a big fan of Sebastian Janikowski.
Yeah,
Just
he's
the
a big
biggest
dude, man.
unit on the field.
He's a big dude, man. Yeah, Seabass. Yeah, yeah, he's a really good kicker too. But I like watching guys that are a little younger,
undersized,
physically physically similar to where I am, just to say, if they could do it, I could do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah,
It's a good way to think.
Blake Groupie, Jake Elliott for the Eagles, also very good.
Yeah, he's really good.
He just hit a 60-yarder, I think, tied up against the Bills.
Yeah, to go to OT.
Yeah, on Sunday, so.
Yeah. My favorite kicker of all time, well, Chris Boswell, but number 2, good old Chris Blewett, who beat Clemson in 2016. Yeah.
Walked it off against
Yeah,
Clemson.
if you
How
remember.
can you beat Clemson 2016? You got to beat them by at least 3, 2, or 1. Because
It was by like 1 or 2, I think.
1 or 2, okay.
And it was fun because he missed a long field goal before that, and Narduzzi kissed him on the cheek before he went out there to kick the game-winning field goal.
Drilled a walk-off.
You were saying 2016. I thought you were saying the final score was 20-16.
Oh, no,
Oh,
the
no.
year, yeah.
That's where we got
Yeah.
mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, then the next.
I was like, how did you beat him by 4? They must have been up by 1. It wasn't a walk-off.
Yeah, and I remember too the kicker that came after Blewett, Alex Kessman. He was like screwing because I went to the Pitt Wake Forest game in 2018. He was screwing around. I swear to God, from like I want to say the other 40, he was kicking field goals like they were nothing.
Really?
It was crazy. I mean, I don't know what team he's on right now. So
I got a fun fact for you guys. So Kenny Pickett's actually from my hometown.
that's right.
Oh,
he's a
yeah,
New Jersey guy.
you're
He's a
from
New
Jersey.
Yeah, he's a New
Yeah,
Jersey
that's
guy.
funny.
Yeah.
So, the high school that I played for,
Mhm.
when you're in my town, you have the option to go to 2 public high schools,
Mhm.
Shore and Ocean. Kenny Pickett went to Ocean.
Ocean, yeah.
So I probably could have rode my bike to his house. So I ended
crazy.
up choosing Shore because Ocean already had a good kicker. He ended up going on to Rutgers, but then I ended up going to prep, and also Kenny's a lot older than me.
Mhm.
He's like
Yeah, right.
25 now.
25, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
Kenny's my quarterback.
he was like a man amongst boys in high school, man. He would just toss up balls and like
Yeah.
if you were half as good a receiver as you thought, you'd just make plays. Because if you didn't catch it this time, it'd be there the next time.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen a lot of Kenny. Trust me, because I'm a Pitt guy.
Yeah.
I was at most of Kenny's college games at Pitt. I've seen a lot of those balls.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go to the Steelers and Colts game in a couple weeks. So
Really?
hopefully I'll see him there.
Yeah.
If he doesn't care, he's not. I don't think since his last game, I don't think he's in danger of getting benched anymore. But
Me either.
But hopefully he doesn't get hurt and I see him. I don't want to see Mitch versus Gardner Minshew, but. Yeah.
Trubisky's the backup for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the backup. But all right, that is all the time we got for. Wait, this is technically 64, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, episode 64.
Well, thank you both for having me.
Yeah, thanks
on.
for having
Yeah,
me on.
thanks
We
for
forgot
coming
to
on,
say
yeah.
thanks for coming on.
I thought his name was Will up until like 10
He
minutes
did.
ago.
He called me Will.
He looks like a Will, doesn't he? That's another question for the podcast.
There we go.
Does he
There
look
we
like
go.
Will?
But yeah, thanks for coming on. Whatever we talked about this episode, hopefully it was a good episode.
Oh, wait, we're closing with this, aren't we?
Yeah.
I need to throw a paper
The only
ball at
reason
the
the only
camera.
reason we opened the athlete spotlight with Dom is because we had the little bro glass thing.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, right there. No, I did not use my middle finger. But yeah, so we will see you guys next week. This is yeah. Well, one more for this episode. Technically, we got one more studio show, and then it's back to Zoom.
Jesus.
All
Good
right.
night, America.
Good night, America.